Hey guys, this is going to be one of the first videos in my series reviewing some of the blogs that I have on my website. If you go to the blog section of my site, the link will be in the bio to get to the webpage. You'll see all the stuff that I've written before. This one's on intuition and trusting your gut. And mainly what the point of it is, growing up in under the conditions that I did with I grew up one of five kids in like a lesser middle class family on the poor side. Never really had great access to good to wholesome food, to you know proper exercise information and things like that. But the thing that I always did have was being able to trust in my gut. And it's never steered me wrong since I've learned to do that. And being a child with ADD, ADHD, and OCD, it's very difficult to kind of drown out the noise from the outside and what people are telling you, what doctors are telling you, what the medications make you feel like. Um, it's very hard to drown out all that noise. And what happened was I got so overwhelmed at some points that I literally just didn't know what to do with it. So I kind of backed off. I kind of recollected myself and I just said, what do I need? What do I want to do? And that's something that's never ever failed me since that point, since I learned to start doing that. Um, your gut has thousands and thousands of bacteria, fungus, all throughout your body. Matter of fact, the human body is at least more cells of bacteria than it is actual human cells. And so all of those living things that are inside of you from years and years and years of evolution and learning and things like that are meant to kind of push you in the right direction towards where you're supposed to go. And what can mess that up is if we don't know how to listen to that. If we listen to everything that comes in from the outside that tells us, oh no, you're not thinking about this right, or you're not doing this right, but deep down inside your gut, no, this is what it's supposed to be. That's your body and your spirit and all of these living, this whole microbiome talking to you, saying this is where you should be. um Maston Kipp was a speaker at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition at one point, and he had said that fear is your compass. We're so driven from the past to be afraid of things and to run away from them, and the whole fight or flight response, things like that. Um, but he said that fear is your compass. If you go towards fear with a sense of love and appreciation, and you kind of look at what it's making you afraid of. I get nervous about doing this type of stuff. I doing these videos and things like that. I get nervous about, you know, um, talking in public sometimes, things like that. But when I do, I'm on fire. Like, it's just what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be bringing my knowledge and what I know to everybody. So fear is something that if I now I'm kind of re-looking at it, like if I'm afraid of something, I'm wondering why. And am I more afraid of just doing it, or is there something actually going to happen to me? Is there something that's going to happen to me? And we've learned fear from years and years of running from wild animals and things that want to eat us and whatever else. And that's turned to social pressures and work pressures and all these sort of fake fears almost. They're not fake in any sense of the word, but what I mean is that that drive is the same for both situations: running from bears and anxiety of meeting that deadline. And it's kind of a false sense for your body. It strikes up cortisone levels. It does so many things to really hurt your body, your digestion, everything. And what it should be appreciated for is that it's a challenge to you. um It's not something to look at like, I need to get away from this situation. I hate it. In some cases, it might not be the right situation for you, and when those cases are. But when your gut is telling you this is something I should be doing, why am I so afraid of this? Then it's a completely different story. It's you're afraid of it because the fear is trying to, like, your fear is guiding you to where to go, basically. To bring it back around to my original point, sometimes life presents you with some things and you can't, maybe you don't know it in that time. Maybe you don't see where it's coming from or why it's coming at you. But for example, when me and my wife first met, she had told me that she had a brain tumor, a pituitary tumor. And she had told me that the doctors had mentioned to her that she would probably not be able to have kids. And it was pretty much an impossibility at that point. Um, and I just I took the information in. I sat with it for a little bit and I said, this just doesn't feel right to me. It was either way, whether we could have kids or not, I was still in love. Like there was no changing that. So that wasn't a concern for me. But when I heard that and it didn't sit right with me, I said, I just got to tell you, I'll support you and no matter what. But I don't think it's going to be a problem for us. I feel like we are meant to be parents. And that was, I think, almost 7 years ago now. I always get the timing a little mixed up. It's been an adventurous ride. But now we have 3 beautiful children. And who knows? But all I know is that I trusted my gut at that moment, and that's what it showed me. It showed me that there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be concerned about, And I think that's the point. Sometimes we need to take a step back from everything else, from all the other noise, and just let that stuff out and just, really just understand what's going on inside of us and listen to us instead of all that stuff. So if you like this blog, let me know. You can read it on the website. The website's link is in the description. You can look up all my previous blog posts from 2019 on. And if you wanted to work with me by any chance, there's also a contact link. Fill out the form and we'll get in touch. Thank you.